Hey everyone, so welcome back to day 3 of our 21 Day Fix sneak peek. And so today I want to talk to you guys about the meal plan. So many times when starting something new, we're so worried because of the food. We're afraid how we're going to make the food work into our daily lives, how we're going to make this plan work. And we talk about this not being a diet, but being a lifestyle. And that's really what it's about. There's so many programs out there, so many options out there, but there's so many diets out there. And this is what separates Beachbody from every other company, is that we are not a diet. We don't claim to be a diet. We don't claim to be anything but a lifestyle change. So we're the overall package. We work out. We learn to eat correctly. We learn not to starve ourselves, to go into some kind of caloric deficit, so we're going to be losing weight. But we learn how to really feed our bodies the way they were meant to be fed. And so one of the things I absolutely love, so we've all, I will be the first to admit, I have been a professional yo-yo dieter. I have tried so many programs. You name it, I tried it. Before I started Beachbody, I was at 200 pounds, super miserable. And so I had tried, I was so desperate for anything that I had tried it. I tried it all. I tried the no carbs. I've tried, no fruits, because heaven forbid they have sugars in them. What I've learned through the process is those sugars are good for you. It's okay to have those sugars. It's okay to have carbohydrates. You need carbohydrates. It's just the way you prepare them. So our family went from, cooking white rice to brown white rice, to having, regular pasta to whole wheat noodle pasta. White bread to wheat bread. But don't get me wrong, my kids still have white bread sometimes, But it is a lifestyle. And that's what I want you to really understand the difference is this meal prep and this meal plan is meant for you for the rest of your life. This isn't something that you're going to rush to and do and complete and be done with it. This is how you should be feeling your body for the rest of your life, for the rest of your family's life. So the way we cook, the way we eat, the way we meal plan is so different than it was 2 years ago. And, if people always ask, no, this is a diet, this is not a lifestyle. If this was a diet, let's be honest, I started my weight loss journey over 2 years ago. And if it was a diet, I would not be able to maintain the weight that I'm at. There's no way that, we've all done it, well, maybe not all of you, but I have, where I have done a diet and I did really good, but there's no way my body could live in that starvation mode. Or there's no way that I could eat these meals or, pay for these meals that were already prepped for me. And, I didn't need to. I just need to learn how to eat right. And I'll tell you, I graduated with my bachelor's in health education, okay? It's not that I didn't know, the rules of eating. It's that I didn't know how to apply those rules of eating. And this is where the 21 Day Fix has completely changed my life and the way we cook, the way we prepare food, and all that good stuff. So let's just kind of dive into it. You are not ever, like I said, going to be in a caloric deficit. I want to show you, when you purchase this, you will get this little pamphlet. It's just the eating plan, the 21 Day Fix eating plan. And on one of the pages, you get the category of food that you need to be eating. And they decide this, based on your weight, your activity level. So that you take your current weight, your caloric baseline, and then subtract it 750 calories if you're wanting to lose weight. But I want you to see that the lowest amount of food category you'll ever be in is the $1,200 to $1,499. Okay, you are not going to be starving. You're going to be eating at least 1,200 calories a day. If you're someone at a higher weight, there's no problem with that. Your body needs to eat more. We never want to go into a starvation mode where you're losing weight because your body is starving. And so, you need to make sure you're getting enough calories or your actual body won't lose the weight because it'll hold on thinking it's not going to get fed again. So it'll actually hold on to nutrients. I get that question all the time. I've cut I'm down to 900 calories and I'm still not losing weight. Well, yeah, because your body's holding on to every little nutrient it's trying, it's getting in its body, not knowing when it's going to be fed next. So realize that you're going to be eating throughout the day. You're going to be eating at least 1,200 calories. But we're going to scratch the calories, because let's be honest, most of us don't know what a calorie even is. What does that calorie even mean? It's complicated. And you start putting things together and it gets more complicated. So what they've done is they have literally divided it up. So let's say you fall in the 1200 category, or the 1500 category. Let's just take a category. If you were in the 1500 to 1799 calorie, you would eat 3 green containers. Now remember, your green containers are your vegetables. So you're going to eat your vegetables. You fill this up 3 times during the day with veggies. Your purple, okay, you're going to have 3 of these, which is your fruit. Okay, you're eating your fruit. You're eating your vegetables. You're eating what your body's meant to eat, right? So you're going to have 3 of these throughout the day. Your red containers. Okay, here's your red. This is your protein. You are going to fill this up 4 times during the day. Like a thing of Shakeology, a serving of Shakeology is your red container. So that's, 1 meal is your Shakeology, and then you need, for that category, you need 3 more protein. So, if you were in that category, you'd have 3 yellow containers, which are your carbohydrates. So you're going to be eating carbs. It's perfectly fine to eat those carbs. Realize that. Realize it's okay to eat carbs. If you're in that category, you're going to have 1 blue container, which is like your healthy fats or your cheese. So if you want to top it with cheese or whatever, you get to do that. You get, your 1 container through the day, and then you get your 1 container of, which is orange, of seeds and oils. So when you're cooking, you're adding seeds, doing all that kind of stuff. And I want to kind of, in this meal plan book, you can go through and they give you recipes, tons of recipes that you can use. In a 60-day challenge group, I'm going to give you 60 recipes. So they're lunch, dinner, and I'll give you, okay, this dinner is 1 green, 1 purple, and 1/2 a yellow, or whatever it might be. I will give you those. So you can get used to making dinner and preparing things that are healthy for you and your family. And they're normal foods. I'm talking about like tostadas, taco salads, I can't think of things right off the muffins, chai seed muffins, things that you can prepare and you can have a healthy breakfast on the way out the door, and you can send your husband out with a muffin on the way out the door. Things that you can freeze and pull out and unthaw so you can make them a big batch at once and put in the freezer and unthaw, and you're good to go. So you're going to be normal things that you're going to be eating. But in the book, it goes through what kind of foods can go in each container. So like here's the green container, and I'm just going to read a couple of the foods that you can eat. For the green container, spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, squash, string beans, peppers, carrots, cauliflower, celery, cucumbers, cabbage, onions, sprouts, mushrooms, lettuce, just not iceberg lettuce because there's actually no nutrient value in iceberg lettuce. So like green leaf, romaine lettuce, you can have that in your green container. So make a salad, talk about, if you're making tacos for your family, you're out of carbs, put it in a lettuce wrap, get your green container and make a lettuce wrap out of your tacos. So instead of using flour tortilla or whole wheat tortilla, you will be substituting with a lettuce wrap, just wrapping it in a leaf of green leaf lettuce or romaine lettuce. Super easy. Purple containers, okay? Again, remember your purple's your fruit. So it's going to be stuff like raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, watermelon, cantaloupe, tangerines, apples, apricots, cherries, mangoes, peaches, pears, pineapples, bananas, papaya, figs. Tons of options. Red container is your protein. And so you can have, boneless, skinless chicken or turkey breast, lean ground chicken or turkey, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, clams, red meat if it's extra lean, ground red meat, it has to be 95% lean, pork tenderloin, tuna, turkey slices, ham slices, ricotta cheese, cottage cheese, protein powder, veggie burgers, turkey bacon. So lots of different options for your proteins. Your yellow containers, again, your carbs. So that's going to be stuff like sweet potatoes, yams, peas, corn on the cob, oatmeal, bread, a whole grain slice of bread, pita bread, waffles, pancakes, English muffins, bagels, tortillas. Normal food, right? Like this is normal food. This is stuff that you can pick up that your family could eat with you. The blue container, which is like your healthy fats, your your healthy fats and your cheese. You can do avocados, almonds, cashews, peanuts, hummus, coconut milk, feta cheese, goat cheese, mozzarella, cheddar cheese, provolone cheese, Monterey Jack, Parmesan cheese. Okay, normal foods, right? And then the last container is your orange, which is your seeds and your fats, your healthy fats, or your oils, I'm sorry. So it's just like coconut unsweetened, peanuts, olives, flax seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, can go in there. And so that's really that simple. It really is that simple. So instead of you counting calories, you just say, okay, for lunch, I'm going to have a piece of bread. I'm going to put some turkey in it, and I'm going to put some green leaf lettuce and tomato, and I'm going to, do a portion of veggies. So your lunch is going to be using these 3 containers. On the side, I'm going to have some apples. So I'm also going to use my 4th container for apples. Super, super easy to follow. And I totally just dropped a container. But, it's not anything that you're going to have to do separately for your family. I don't want you cooking a different meal for you than you are for your kids and your spouse and your husband or boyfriend or whoever it might be. You need to be eating the same things that your family's eating. Why spend a separate budget? Because that's a diet. And that's what we don't want. We don't want you to have a diet lifestyle. We want you to learn to live this healthy lifestyle. A meal that eventually you're not going to have to use these containers. And people ask, can you go out? Yes, you can go out and have a dinner once a week with your family if you want to eat out once a week or whatever. It will come with a restaurant guide to, help you order things off the menu. We'll talk about that in the group. You're allowed cheat meals. We don't want to be so restricted that you can't have a bowl of ice cream one night a week, or you can't have, eat out with your husband once a week. It's a lifestyle change, right? And so it's just an overall, it's living an 80-20 or a 90-10, depending on how tight you want to be with your nutrition and what results you want to see. And so, realize that this is stuff that you are going to use with your family. None of the recipes, my kids eat the same thing I eat every single night. So I might modify something, like my kids might have a taco, like last night we had tacos. I was out of my carbs. I had some carbs for lunch, so I was completely out of carbs. So I did, like I said, my kids all had tacos. We had a whole wheat tortilla. We don't do hard shell. My kids don't like them. I don't like hard shell tacos. So we rolled up, like we call them a cheese and meat roll up. So we used that, rolled it up for them on a whole wheat tortilla, and that's what they had for dinner with some apples and green beans. I was out of carbs, so I took my romaine lettuce. I put my taco meat in between, added some tomato, avocados, added some cucumbers and stuff, and I just had it in 2 leaves of lettuce instead of my tortilla because I was out. And, I want you to understand that this is not a low carb, no carb diet. This is, carbs are needed. That's what fuels your body with energy and gives you that oomph to get you through the day. If you are dieting, you usually feel that lull of, I'm tired, I'm worn down, I'm exhausted. And so between eating right and getting your Shakeology and getting your body fed these nutrients that it needs and it craves, and that's, you think about like old times, like before we had all this processed food in our lives, this is what we lived off. We lived off the land. And that's what Shakeology is. It's living off the land. It's getting those nutrients that, we used to eat every single day. And it's a supplement and you're getting fed and all of a sudden you're full of energy and nutrients and you're good to go and your family is changing. My husband dropped 70 pounds when we just started this program together. And, it's been a life changer for our family. And so I want you to understand that that's how it works. That's what it's meant for. It really is simple and easy to follow. And I will help you. I will help you meal plan if you need it for your family in those challenge groups. For anyone who purchases a challenge pack, you get me as your personal coach. You get me to help you, guide you, say, hey, let's get you this in your diet. Let's add this one thing at a time. Let's change your raw meat, your red meat into ground turkey. I guarantee you, if you made ground turkey, I don't like ground turkey by itself, I will say that, but if I throw it into a casserole or taco seasoning or whatever, my husband never knew that I made the transition. It was like months before I told him that he'd been eating ground turkey. No clue that he is eating ground turkey. They have ground turkey sausage. I literally just made biscuits and gravy 2 nights ago, made some whole wheat biscuits and made biscuits and gravy with turkey sausage. Like, and whole wheat flour and stuff like that. So it's just a lifestyle. It's literally changing those little ingredients in your life to make a big difference in your life. And so that is what the meal plan is. That's what I get excited about. And that's why I absolutely love this program. It's for anyone, and it literally will teach you. Like, you'll eventually get to the point where you don't need to open your containers anymore, because you can just make your meals and say, cool, like, I'm going to make this, and you're good to go. And your lifestyle has now changed. Your family's lifestyle changed. Your kids are going to know how to properly eat. When they grow up, they're going to say, hey, like, I need my protein. It's funny to hear my kids say, like, Mom, how much protein is this? And it's funny, they don't know what protein is, but they hear me talk about, I need a little more protein, or I need a little more veggies today, so they hear me say that with my husband, and it's been a life changer for our family. So understand that and realize that. Please feel free to ask any questions you have. I don't want you guys to miss out because you don't understand, or you're confused, or you're afraid of this meal plan, because it totally is easy to follow. It really is. It's not complicated by any means, and I will be there to help you along this journey that you'll be on. If I can do it, your average Joe person, guys, like, anyone can do this. Like, anyone can live a healthy lifestyle. I was 200 pounds when this started. I was literally 2 pounds shy of 200 pounds. 198 is what my starting weight was with Beachbody. I was at a dark time. I was not this bubbly personality that I am today. I used to be, and then I hit that depression and anxiety and everything else through all the trials that we were going through at that time. And here I am today, feeling amazing. My body's fueled. I love life. And so I want to share that with you. I want you guys to understand that you can do this. I will be there literally step by step by step. I'm still holding the container. To get you through whatever you need and to make sure that you reach your goals. Remember, this program comes with that 30-day money back guarantee. So you can do a full round of 21-day fix. You can drink an entire bag of Shakeology. You can do this, and if it's not for you, send it back. But you will see that your life will change, that I will be there to make sure that your life changes, that you reach those goals, that you are on the path to succeed, and I will make sure you do that. So anyways, feel free to comment, message, whatever, and let's talk about this. Let's get you guys going and really get excited to do this program and to change your life and to know that you too can do this just like I did. 2 years later, I'm still living in this healthy lifestyle, and I love it. So have a wonderful Friday. I hope you guys are having fun going out, whatever it might be. I'm about ready to clean my house. That's my excitement for the day. So have a wonderful day, and please reach out to me with whatever questions you might have.